What's going on, guys? Back again with another one talking about health, wealth, happiness, fitness, getting money, getting rich, getting wealthy, getting successful, all the great things in life, right? So yeah, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe if you're coming on in, and we'll jump into this one. So in this video, I wanted to talk about money, right? Understanding money. People, I would say it's got to be at least 90, maybe 95% of people do not understand money. They don't understand what it is. They don't understand how to get it. They don't understand the spiritual aspect of it. And that's kind of what I wanted to touch on today, right? That spiritual aspect of money. You need to understand money is your life, right? Your entire life is time. That's all it is. We don't know when it's over, from the moment we're born to the moment it's we're in the dirt, right? Your money is your time, and your time is your life, right? So you go to work, you'll put in 8, 9, 10 hours, and you'll get a paycheck for that. So that check at the end of the week, at the end of the 2 weeks, at the end of the month is an accumulation of your life, right? And so many people, they play around with it so much, they'll just waste it on silly things, or they're constantly going in debt, buying things, they're like extending their life, if you will. You need to understand this, like, never play around with your money, because you're playing around with your life. And also, like, you need to understand when it comes to your life, understanding that your life is your money, you'll like take your life more serious, right? You'll start to look around, like, what are you doing for work? Are you working a fast food job, right? You're wasting your time. That 8, 9 hours you're putting in at McDonald's, you could be spent putting it in somewhere else. There's somebody putting the same amount of hours you are, right, with their life, and they're making 10, 20K a month. So you need to figure out what you want to do with your life and how can you maximize the amount of money that you can make. So many people are just playing around. They're playing around with their money. Like, you're playing around with your life. And we live in this fiat system, which continuously gets worse year after year. They keep printing more money. So every year you got to work harder to buy the same goods and services as you did last year. So, I hate those people that say money isn't everything. Money is everything, right? Or the people that say, what was the quote? I just heard a quote recently. What was it? It was saying some people are so poor, all they have is money. And everybody in the comments was like, yeah, I love this quote. I love this quote. And that quote is only championed by people that don't have money, because it makes them feel good. But when you really understand that your money is your life, your money is your time, right? It is a physical representation of your life. You stop playing around with your life and you start taking life more serious, right? If you're working a meaningless job, if you're working at a gas station, you're like, yo, what can I do with my time? What can I do with my life to make more of it so I can experience more life? Like, that's what it's all about. It's not just a piece of paper that you get once a week or once every 2 weeks. Like, this is your life we're talking about. I wish more people would understand that the spiritual aspect, it is your time, your energy, it's everything you are, everything you know, all your skills, your talents, your abilities, all of your knowledge. All of that is represented in that paycheck, or how much money you can make every month, or like in a year. It's all of you, it's everything. It's who you are. Your money equals your life. And when you realize this, you stop playing around. You want to take it more serious. You stop spending it on silly things, and now you're broke again, right? Everybody goes out and they're spending money on stupid, like, clothes and cars and going right back down to zero. You're taking your life to zero again. You need to save your life up. You need to stack some life on the side. That's what it's about. It's not about getting a check and then spending a check, and getting a check and spending a check, or chasing women, or doing stupid stuff. Like, you can do that once you've built up enough life, right? But in the building phase, in the accumulation phase, we need to realize that your money is your life. That's all it is. And when you realize this, you start taking it more serious. You start thinking about it more. You start figuring out ways to make more of it, because this is your life we're talking about, right? Again, you can put in 80 hours or 40 hours and then get paid whatever. Let's just say you make $2,000 in every 2 weeks, and then somebody else puts in those same amount of hours and makes $4,000. They just doubled your life. So it's like, what skills, what talents can you find out that you can double your life with, right? So please do not play around with your money, man. You're playing around with your life here. It's that serious, and people do not think of it like that. They just think about it. It's something to go spend, something to go buy stuff with. When we're talking about your life, And again, also when it comes to the spiritual aspect, it's again the money you make is who you are inside, right? People don't look at it like that. Like, who are you inside? What kind of person are you? What kind of value are you adding to society? What kind of value are you adding to other humans, right? The more money, the more you make, the more money with the more value that you can add to other people. So if you're not making that much money, or if you're always struggling, understand you're just not adding enough value. You don't have enough value. You're not producing enough. You're not creating enough. That's where all the money is. You get enough people to want what you have, right? They want your talents. They want your skills. They want your knowledge. They want your art. They want who you are. That's where it all is. And there's so much money outside. It's ridiculous. But you have to understand, money is not a bad thing. We've been told to look at it as a bad thing. Poor people have been told to don't think about money. Just work harder. No, man. Your money is your life. It is not to be played with. It's not to let other people play with you, right? If you're working hard and you're not getting enough money at that job, it's time to move on. Or if your boss is playing in your face, it's time to move on. Because we're talking about your life here. Yeah, man. Don't play around with your money. Your money is your life. That's all it is, man. At the end of the day, your life is just an accumulation of your time. We don't know how long we're here. And the money you get is a physical representation of that. So never play around with your money. Never let anybody sit there and say, you're thinking about money too much. Like this, I'm thinking about my life too much? I want more life? And it's like everything we do in this world is for money. Right? You go to work for money. You leave your family for money. You're going to school to learn more information, to get more money. But people just play around with it. Never play around with it. It's important. It is serious. Your money equals your life. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave that one there, guys. Hit a like and subscribe if you're still in here this thing. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.